Good day and thank you for joining us on Beetv News Update at 3. I am Liberateman Johanna. Now the news in details. The Rivers State House of Assembly has vowed that nothing will stop its latest attempt to impeach Governor Similaye Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odo. The lawmakers made a declaration during the presentation of a notice of allegations of gross misconduct on the floor of the House. The report.
The House suspended its recess to address unresolved issues following the prolonged rift between the executive and the legislature. For the third time in less than 3 years, lawmakers have initiated fresh moves to impeach the governor and his deputy. Top among the allegations are the failure to present the 2026 budget and unlawful expenditure of public funds.
Particulars of gross misconduct. A. That His Excellency Sir Similaye Fubara, GSS Governor of Rivers State, refused to present the Rivers State Appropriation Bill 2024 to the Rivers State House of Assembly, contrary to Section 121(1)(2) of the Constitution.
In compliance with Section 188 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 as amended, and other extant laws, we, the undersigned members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, hereby forward to you a notice of gross misconduct by the Deputy Governor of Rivers State in the performance of the functions of her office.
We will follow this impeachment process through. The Supreme Court has confirmed that the governor has committed offenses against the Constitution. Let the law take its course. The law has to take its course. Mr. President, we thank Mr. President. He's a father. Mr. President has done his best. Mr. President has spoken to the governor. In my presence, Mr. President told the governor, I'm giving you a second chance. The governor refused. He gave him another one. The governor refused. How many times will the Mr. President call us?
Condemn in strong terms the refusal of the governor of Rivers State.
Tension filled the chamber as lawmakers escalated the process, effectively dashing hopes of progress on the 2026 appropriation bill amid the impeachment proceedings.
It makes sense too that we allow that process to go through before we start talking about any MTF or even the 2026 appropriation bill. In any case, the governor does not even want to present any budget, because if he wanted to, he would have brought it all this while. Similaye Fubara is a mistake. He is a mistake. Rivers State has never had it this bad. In the entire Nigeria, Similaye Fubara and Professor Ngozi Odo, these are the only two people in the office at the sub-national level that are yet to present 2026 appropriation bill. The entire country.
The Speaker is required by law to transmit the notice of allegations to the governor and his deputy within 7 days. Favor Kolawole reporting for Beetv News.
The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has ordered the interim forfeiture of 57 properties linked to a former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, and 2 of his sons, Abdulaziz and Abiru Rahman. The report.
The multi-billion-naira landed properties, which are suspected to be proceeds of unlawful activities and valued at 213 billion, 234 million, 120,000 naira, are located in Abuja, Kebbi, Kano, and Kaduna states. They are all to be temporarily forfeited to the federal government. Justice Emeka Nweti granted the forfeiture order following an ex parte motion moved by counsel to the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, Ekele Iyanacho, a senior advocate of Nigeria. In granting the order, Justice Nweti said, it is hereby ordered that an interim order of these honorable courts is hereby made forfeiting to the federal government of Nigeria the property described in Schedule 1 below, which are reasonably suspected to be proceeds of unlawful activities. The judge also directed the publication of the interim order of forfeiture in any national daily inviting any person or bodies who may have interest in the properties listed in the schedule to show cause within 14 days of the publication, while a final order of forfeiture to the federal government of Nigeria of the said assets and properties should not be made. He then adjourned the matter to January 27, 2026 for a report of compliance. Favor Kolawole reporting for Beetv News.
Three children were among 5 persons who died in a motor accident which occurred on Lokoja Ajokuta Road in Kogi State. According to an official statement from the Federal Safety Corps on Wednesday in Lokoja, the accident, which occurred on Tuesday, involved 3 children, 2 females and a male. 2 other persons, a male adult and a female adult, who also died in the auto crash, which occurred at Gidan Bassa community at about 11:40 a.m. According to Federal Safety Corps, the accident involved 2 vehicles, a Toyota Avensis car belonging to Omala local government area of the state and a Sino truck belonging to Dangote Cement PLC. The report further showed that the car and truck had a head-on-head collision leading to the death of the 5 persons on the spot. The Federal Safety Corps said 12 people were involved in the accident, saying that the remaining 7 occupants sustained bruises, fractures and other minor injuries. The All Progressive Congress APC faction in Rivers, led by Emeka Bekay, has asked the state's House of Assembly to resist moves to destabilize the similarly Fubara-led government. The Rivers House of Assembly commenced impeachment proceedings against Fubara and Ngozi Odo, his deputy, at plenary on Thursday. Speaking during plenary, Martis Amairule, Speaker of the Rivers House of Assembly, accused Fubara and Odo of posing a threat to democracy. In a statement on Thursday signed by Darlington Wauju, spokesperson for the faction, said the party's attention had been drawn to the latest unfortunate development from the Rivers State House of Assembly. The party acknowledged that the legislature is an independent arm of government with constitutional powers of checks and balances. Akwa Ibom State Governor Uno Eno has announced plans to transform the reclaimed Uyo village dump site into a modern government residential area, featuring a housing estate and creative village. The governor disclosed this after inspecting the over 100-hectare site, which was previously a refuse dump and erosion-prone ravine, but has now been sand-filled and mapped out for development. Governor Eno said the project will begin with about 150 middle-income housing units and is designed to open up new development corridors, address erosion challenges, and reduce the state's housing deficit. He expressed satisfaction with the progress of work and urged contractors to ensure In Lagos State, the House of Assembly has approved the 4.4 trillion 2026 appropriate bill, passing it into law. The budget, tagged the budget of shared prosperity, was described by lawmakers as realistic and growth-oriented. The report.
Lagos State House of Assembly passed the 4.4 trillion naira budget for the 2026 fiscal year following the adoption of the report of the House Committee on Economic Planning and Budget.
Totaling the budget size of 4,444,509,776,438 naira only for the year ending 31st December 2026 be read a third time.
Presenting the report during plenary on Thursday, the committee chairman, Honorable Said Olumo, detailed the assumptions, projection, and structure of the 2026 appropriation bill, tagged the budget of shared prosperity. During deliberation, lawmakers commended the budget, describing it as realistic and capable of driving economic growth.
Something very important has happened here in this budget now, because the repayment of loan Normally it's under capital expenditure, but in this case it has gone to the recurring. So this is true core capital.
Following deliberations, the House adopted the committee's report and passed the 2026 appropriation bill into law.
It's of 4,404,509,776,438 naira for the year ending 31st December 2026 be passed into law. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those against nay, the ayes have it.
Revenue as proposed by Mr. Governor is realistic. What we have done deliberately in this budget is to ensure that the repayment of our loans does not form part of the capital. So, and we also touch education, we touch youth development, we touch infrastructure.
Earlier, while presenting the proposal to the House, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu said the budget was designed to accelerate economic growth, deepen infrastructural development, and ensure fiscal responsibility across the state. Favor Kolawole reporting for Beetv News.
And in the global scene, Myanmar police remained tense on Tuesday, a day after U.S. immigration agent fatally shot a 37-year-old woman during an enforcement operation, an incident that has drawn sharp condemnation from local officials and triggered protests across Minnesota and in other parts of the country. The report.
The woman, identified by community members as a mother of three, was shot during an encounter involving federal immigration authorities. She was later pronounced dead. Details surrounding the circumstances of the shooting remain limited, but authorities confirmed that the agent involved has been placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of multiple investigations. Federal officials said the incident is under review by internal outside bodies. Local law enforcement agencies are also cooperating to establish a clear timeline of events and determine whether the use of force was justified. An autopsy is expected to provide further information. Minneapolis mayor and city council members condemned the killing, calling it deeply disturbing and demanding transparency and accountability from federal authorities. State officials echoed those concerned, urging calm while stressing the need for an independent and thorough investigation. This loss of life is tragic and unacceptable, one city official said. The community deserves answers and the family deserves justice. Protests erupted shortly after news of the shooting spread, with demonstrators gathering in downtown Minneapolis and outside government buildings. Protesters carried placards condemning immigration enforcement practices and calling for an end to what they described as excessive use of force by federal agents. While most demonstrations remain peaceful, authorities increased police presence in several areas as a precaution. Community leaders and immigration advocacy groups said the incident has heightened fear among immigrants, families, and renewed debates over the role of federal immigration agents in local communities. Some groups called for stronger limits on cooperation between local authorities and federal immigration enforcement. As night fell, law enforcement urged residents to remain peaceful, warning that any act of violence or vandalism would be dealt with according to the law. The victim's family has not yet issued a formal statement, but supporters described her as a devoted mother whose death has left her children and communities devastated. Investigations into the shooting are ongoing, and officials said more information will be released as facts are confirmed. Favor Kolawole reporting for Beetv.
With us.
Gone but not forgotten. Our dearly beloved mommy and matriarch, late Madam Gift Soe Irabo. Mommy, It's been 8 years since you left us in this sinful world, and just like a burnt-down library, our world crashed when death took you away from us. As our mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, sister, aunt, and mother-in-law, we will not forget in a hurry the great lessons you taught us, especially your prayerful lifestyle that brought us closer to God. We remember your undying love, care, and passion for God and man. The entire family of Yorama Erabo of Ogo Town in Orion local government area of Edo State cordially invites the public to the 8 years remembrance of their daughter, mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother, Madam Gift Soe Erabo. Date: January 13, 2026. Venue: Rose Garden Event Center, number 22, Giwa Amu Street, off Airport Road, GRA, Benin City. Time: 12 p.m. prompt. Mommy, continue to rest until we meet to part no more. We love you dearly. Signed, Ambassador Ogene Osaumese JP, for the family.
Welcome back, and now to business news. The fuel supply arrangements between the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and 20 major petroleum marketers, under which the parties agreed to offtake 600 million litres of petrol monthly, has collapsed over pricing disagreements. The report.
It was also gathered that the disagreement sparked the surge in petrol importation witnessed in the month of November 2025, with total imports rising to 1.563 billion litres, according to the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. The authority disclosed the import figure in its November 2025 fact sheet titled State of the Midstream and Downstream Sector, which showed a sharp spike in imported volumes during the period the pricing dispute intensified. Recall that the deal, reached in October 2025, was structured as a pilot agreement under which 20 depot owners were to offtake about 600 million litres of petrol monthly, with each marketer lifting roughly 30 million litres from the Dangote refinery. Cavista Holdings have reaffirmed its commitment to long-term investment, sustainable value creation, and community development across Nigeria and Africa as the company enters 2026. In a New Year message, Chairman of Cavista Holdings, Niyi Olajide, stated that the group would sustain disciplined execution, operational excellence, and long-term strategic growth through its portfolio companies, Cavista Technologies, Agbeyewa Farms, Gloscent Hospitality, and Payzik. According to a statement, Olajide explained that Cavista Holdings would deepen investment in businesses, people, and communities while expanding its footprint to additional states in Nigeria and across Africa. Licensed cryptocurrency exchange Busha has announced its evolution from a crypto trading platform into a full-service digital money app with a brand refresh. According to a statement from the crypto exchange, the brand refresh includes a new logo, a redesigned mobile phone, and a launch of a new financial product that combine crypto and traditional money management. Busha was one of the 2 digital assets exchanges that the Security and Exchange Commission granted license 2024. Commenced operations under its Accelerated Regulatory Incubation Program. The SEC introduced the ARIP to onboard firms that had begun operation before the release of the rule on visual asset service providers in May 2022. Favor Kolawole reporting for Beetv News.
And lastly, on entertainment news, popular Nigerian AI content creator Jarvis, also known as Jajolita, has revealed details about her biological father in an emotional TikTok video, including his true nationality and their complicated relationship. Her confession has stirred widespread reactions on social media. Was one of Nigeria's author Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's toddler twins has died, her family confirmed. The report.
In the tearful video shared on TikTok, Jarvis spoke candidly about her father, recounting the time he regularly kept in touch with her and the sudden disappearance that left her searching for answers. Jarvis disclosed that her biological father is from Senegal, not Nigeria, surprising many of her fans. She recalled how he affectionately called her Aminata, a name that brought joy during her childhood. Despite the early connection, Jarvis said her father abruptly stopped all communications years ago. Under development, popular Nigerian singer Ololade Asake has reportedly mended his relationship with his father, Fatai Odunsi, following months of family drama. A recent photo shared online on Wednesday, January 8, 2026, shows the father-son duo in a calm setting, signaling a return to harmony after their previous conflicts. The reconciliation comes after a turbulent period earlier in 2025 when Mr. Odunsi publicly accused his son of abandoning him while he battled a stroke. The singer faced intense scrutiny as fans debated his responsibilities towards his ailing father. Sources say Asake has taken tangible steps to repair the relationship. One of Nigerian author Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's toddler twins has died, her family has confirmed. An official family statement said that 21-month-old boy Nkanu Nnamdi, who the novelist had with her husband, Dr. Ivara Esege, died on Wednesday after a brief illness. Issued on behalf of the family by Omawumi Ogbe, the statement said they were devastated by this profound loss and thanked well-wishers while also asking for privacy and prayers. Award-winning US-based writer Adichie is known for works including Half of the Yellow Sun, Americana, and her 2012 TED Talk and essay, We Should All Be Feminists, which was sampled by Beyoncé on her 2013 song Flawless. A key figure in post-colonial feminist literature, her works explores themes around gender and immigration. In 2015, she was listed as one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people. Adichie, 48, had a first child, a daughter, in 2016. In 2024, her twin boys were born using a surrogate. Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu is among those who have expressed his condolences, saying no grief is as devastating as losing a child. And that's it on the entertainment news. Evelyn Izibili reporting for Beetv News.
And that's it now news update. Thank you for joining us. Do stay tuned for more updates on our major news at 6. I am Lee Bates Johanna. Bye for now.